Okay. Actually, yesterday we were supposed to complete the steps in polymer chain reaction, but we could not uh, start that one. And today I hope that we will be able to finish polymer chain reaction. And the topic, you may be remembering that the topic which we are taking now, that is recombinant DNA technology. And we were talking about the tools. Under that, the first one, the instruments or device that we have seen. Okay, and what is recombinant DNA technology? In simple sense, we have seen what it is. That is called the manipulation of the genes. The, after that, we started this one, tools and techniques. And under tools and techniques, the basic requirements, we discussed it before. Under basic requirements, we have seen many things. First of all, we have seen that we have to extract, the isolate the macromolecules. The basic macromolecules we have seen DNA, RNA, and proteins. And after that, we have seen that how we can extract, by which technique we can extract this, or we can separate these macromolecules from the remaining things. And there we have seen many techniques. And we have seen Dell permeation, we have seen. And after that, we have seen osmotic pressure. Then we have seen the ion exchange chromatography. Then we have seen the spectroscopy, different types. Then finally, we have seen the electrophoresis. Then electrophoresis also we have seen in detail, and how the system is working, that we have seen. That means the negatively charged DNA molecules are going towards the positively charged road. That means it is moving towards anode. That is what we have seen. And the same procedure we used to do there in fingerprinting, that also we have seen. And after that, different methods of electrophoresis we have seen. The page is there. Then second one we have seen that SDA page is there. So all these things we have seen there in the last class. And after that, we came to gene amplification. What is gene amplification? That also we have seen. Gene amplification means making multiple copies of the DNA within a short period of time. So this is what we have seen. And the scientists who proposed this one, that developed this technique, that we have seen. And after that, we have seen that this is an in vitro technology, that also we have seen in detail. And this part also we have seen. And we have seen this picture also. That means certain cycles are there. In each cycle, the previous number of DNA will be doubled. So like that, in a polymer chain reaction, we have seen some 30 to 35 cycles will be there. And so at the end of 35th cycle, the 30th cycle, the number of copies will be there in lakhs. So in short period of time, you will be able to develop or produce or make multiple copies of the DNA sequence or the gene what you have. And this slide also I showed, but I told you that from here, we have to start from the next class. Okay, now we have to start from here. Now, all of you are ready to be continued? Yesterday we could not take. All of you are comfortable now? The climate over there, your environmental conditions, everything is okay? You're fine. Okay, because you already you filled physics there in your brain. And now immediately after filling the physics, you have to start with the natural science. I don't know how much you are okay. And yeah, Vishal. And anyway, I'm forcing you to be here in front of me. Now the polymer chain reaction steps, we are entering into the entire process. We have seen last class what is the meaning of it. Now today we are going to see how the PCR is taking place. And for the polymer chain reaction, we need certain requirements. The first and the most important requirement is that is the basic DNA segment. That means the basic DNA segment, that is number one. That is around 100 to 35,000 base pairs segments. The basic DNA segment, which means that is nothing else, the gene which you want to multiply. That means if you are going to a Xerox center for taking Xerox of something, so directly with an empty hand, if you are going to the Xerox center and asking, I want copies, what copies they will give to you? So you need something in your hand as original, and you are making copies of that. So same manner over here, you want to make multiple copies of a particular gene or a particular DNA sequence. And that is one of the basic requirements. There is DNA segment, and the size may vary. That may be from 100 base pair to 35,000 base pairs. Now, second thing is that when you go to Xerox center to make the copies of the Xerox, you see they need some requirements over there to make the copies of your particular certificate or whatever it is. They need carbon over there. Without carbon, they cannot make. Or if you are going to a computer center for taking the copy, they need a printer over there. They need ink in that. So many things that. So same manner over here, we can notice over here that for the synthesis of DNA or for making copies of the DNA, first of all, there is a base. There must be a base for developing the copies. And this base, we can say synthetic oligonucleotides. Synthetic oligonucleotides, synthetic it is one. This one is synthetic one. That is made one. That is why it is called synthetic. It is not natural. And this synthetic oligonucleotides, in simple sense, we say primer. You know that when you are doing painting, anywhere you do painting, especially to home or any iron device, you can see that directly you cannot paint. Before doing the painting process, you have to apply something on it. That is simply we say primer. Primer marta hai bo. So primer marne ke baad uska upar paint marta hai. Then only it will be caught properly. So same manner here, if you want to make copies of the DNA, not exactly like that of the Xerox machine. This is something different. You have to synthesize there. You have to prepare over there. So what to do there? You need a base over there, and that base is known as the primer. That primer is nothing. That is some 17 to 30 base pair containing synthetic oligonucleotides. And these are of two types. Primers are of two types. One is one which is running in the forward movement, in forward direction. The other one is moving in the reverse direction. So two types of primers are there. But in short, we can say you need, number one, the DNA sequence, the gene, which you want to replicate, which you want to make copies. Second, you need a primer that is nothing else, that is a synthetic oligonucleotides. That is the second one. And third one is that deoxyribonucleotides. Now, you know that if you want to synthesize DNA, you want to make copies of the DNA, you know that DNA is made up of some units. You please write down in the chat box, your DNA is made up of what units? What are the components, the basic units of DNA? Please write in the chat box quickly. You're getting me there? You're getting the voice? Yeah, nitrogen base? No. Not nitrogen base. AUG, sugar phosphate. The basic unit of DNA. You know, you say that the protein is made up of amino acids. Same manner, the DNA is made up of nucleotides. Yeah, everything is there in that, but basic point we can say nucleotides. So DNA is made up of nucleotides. That means when you want to make copies of the DNA, you need the nucleotides. Now again the question, how many types of nucleotides you know? Yeah, nucleotide is right. So how many types of nucleotides are there? 4 different types of nucleotides are there as far as DNA is concerned. As far as DNA is concerned, 4 different types of nucleotides are there. That depends upon the type of nitrogen base it has. As far as DNA is concerned, I said. Okay, as far as DNA. That means the adenine containing nitrogen base, then the guanine containing nucleotide, the cytosine containing nucleotide, the thymine containing nucleotide. So what nitrogen base is there, accordingly the type may vary. So all these 4 different types of nucleotides, deoxyribonucleotides, you need for the synthesis of this DNA. I told you that when you go to Xerox center, either you need ink or you need the carbon powder for making the Xerox. So if there is no carbon powder over there, or if there is no ink over there, they cannot take the print, they cannot take the copy. Because that is a basic thing. Of course, they need paper also. So same manner here, the basic units of DNA is called deoxyribonucleotides, and there are 4 types of nucleotides, and these 4 types of nucleotides also must be there in the medium. Okay, then the 4th component is that a DNA polymerase enzyme is required. That is thermostable. That means normally we use the Taq polymerase enzyme. Taq polymerase enzyme, normally we call it as Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus or Taq polymerase enzyme we use. Why it is thermostable? Because the polymer chain reaction we are running there in high temperature. So in the high temperature, the enzyme should survive. So that is why it is thermostable DNA polymerase enzyme is required. So I repeat the points. Number 1, you need a DNA, that is nothing, gene. Second is that you need a primer, that is artificially synthesized one. That is why we call it as synthetic oligonucleotides. And that may contain 17 to 30 nucleotides. That is of 2 types, either forward or reverse. Then we have seen 4 types of deoxyribonucleotides, and then we have seen an enzyme that must be capable to survive there in high temperature. That is why we call it as thermostable. And the enzyme which mostly we use is Taq polymerase enzyme. Vishal, is it clear to you? Synthetic oligonucleotides is the primer, that means that we have to synthesize. But that we have to, I think you're in DNA probe, DNA fingerprinting, you have seen that there must be a DNA probe. That is also synthesized one. So same manner here, you have to synthesize a primer, and with the help of that, because on the primer only further processing, further development will take place. Okay, that means just like an initiator, just like a starting point. So primer must be there. So these are the 4 requirements. Now the next one we have to see, that is the steps in polymerase chain reaction. Okay, I hope that whatever I said so far, it is clear to you. Okay, I said only the basic requirements. How many requirements I told you? How many requirements I told you? 4 requirements I told you. Now you just see that if you are going to Xerox center, how many requirements to take a Xerox? How many requirements you need in a Xerox center to take a Xerox of your certificate? You just think. You just imagine that you are going to a Xerox center. आपका हाथ में एक सर्टिफिकेट है, वहां एक मशीन चाहिए, वो मशीन का अंदर कार्बन चाहिए, और पावर चाहिए और पेपर चाहिए, बराबर? कितना है, कितना पॉइंट्स है? काउंट करके वो देखो ना, आपका पास सर्टिफिकेट होना चाहिए, हाँ, डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए, मशीन चाहिए, पेपर चाहिए, मटेरियल्स, yeah, ink, yeah, materials, carbon, paper, okay, carbon mostly. So similarly here also, how many items needed? 4 main items, but machine हम लोग उसमें बात नहीं किया। अपना इधर का रिक्वायरमेंट्स में मशीन के बारे में बोला नहीं, याद रखना। हमने क्या बोला इधर, अगर दुकान में जाएगा तो उधर पावर भी चाहिए, पावर ऑल्सो, हाँ। So same manner here, we need the DNA, we need the primer, we need the nucleotides. Nucleotides is just like that of the carbon powder there, the ink over there. And we need the enzyme. So enzyme electricity का जैसा है, power का जैसा है enzyme. Okay. So 4 basic requirements we have over there. Now we are going to see the steps in polymer chain reaction. Now these steps, examination point of view, important. Sometimes they will ask you to draw the diagram. Diagram draw करना उतना tough नहीं है, very simple है. So just look at here. Even the diagram which is the textbook also you can follow. But this is the diagram which I taken from the net. It's quite simple, I feel. Even the last slide, last year's syllabus also, I have taken this one only. Okay. Now you just see that what are the various steps. So now here the steps are given there in yellow background. It is written there. Now you see there are 3 steps there in polymerase chain reaction. Step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. These are the 3 steps. And when the polymer chain reaction, yeah, DNA replication, yeah, duplication takes place once, that means we can say it is a cycle. So when one cycle completed, it means all these 3 steps they have executed. Are you following me? Yeah, you have to draw it in exam if they're asking specifically. Otherwise, also in biology, you have to see there is a special note that draw neat level diagrams wherever it is necessary. That means even the polymer chain reaction is coming there in the examination. They are not asking you to draw that diagram, but if you feel it is necessary, you have to draw the diagram. But one thing is there, they will not specify, and you may consider okay, जाने दो diagram का जरूरत नहीं है, लेकिन examination का जो question paper का जो key बनाता है, उनको जो paper setter diagram को mark डाला तो mark allot किया तो mark देना पड़ेगा हमको. So if you are not drawing the diagram, then we will not give the mark for that. So the most important thing you have to draw, you have to do there, wherever diagrams are there, at least with your pen, you draw a label diagram over there. You don't ignore the diagrams. In the question paper, if there is a question that you draw a neat label diagram of so and so, then you have to draw that diagram with a pencil only, and you have to follow all the procedures for drawing a diagram. But if they are not specifying to draw the diagram, but you felt that one diagram to be here, and you are drawing a diagram, even if you are drawing a diagram with your pen, because you are writing answer in between, you are writing, you are taking the pencil and draw the diagram, you may not get the time. So with the pen itself, you are drawing the diagram, but then also it can be accepted. But my point is that draw diagrams wherever it is. So here, if your polymer chain reaction is coming in the examination, they are not specifying that you draw a diagram, but still you draw these steps. It's very simple. It's not so difficult to draw. Okay. So now the diagram which is seen over here, that is given under 3 steps. Step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. Now, please write down the chat box. What is there in step number 1? please use the chat box. Yeah, in the chat box, it is written that denaturation. Now, what is denaturation? Denaturation means left side of denaturation, you see you are observing a DNA segment over there. This is known as the DNA segment. You just imagine that this is the gene which I want to multiply. This is the gene which I want to multiply. Or imagine this is your certificate. ये सर्टिफिकेट का जेरॉक्स लेने के लिए आप जा रहे हैं. ओके, आप क्या कर रहे हैं, ये सीधा करके उधर लेके जाता है. So this is the gene gene which you want to multiply or which you want to make copies. And this gene or this DNA, if you observe, you can see that this is double-stranded, exactly like that of DNA. There is no difference at all. You see it is in a coiled position, and nitrogen base pairs are there in bond. That means it is there bonding there, pairing there. That means it is a normal DNA. So since it is a normal DNA, the normal DNA cannot divide as it is immediately. So for that, in polymer chain reaction, what you have to do there, you have to do a heating process over there. That means this DNA strand, you are going to heat for 1 minute at 94 degrees Celsius. Okay. So what is denaturation? Look at there. Now you are getting a point over there. In step number 1, the DNA molecule which you want to make copies, you are heating. At how much degree? 94 degrees Celsius you are heating. Your textbook may be the temperature may vary, but it may vary, but you see 94 degree, 93, whatever is the textbook what you can say reading, you just check that. So 94 degrees Celsius you are heating it. So while heating, what happens? When heating at 94 degrees Celsius, you can see that the hydrogen bonds which are there between the nitrogen base pairs, look at over here. The hydrogen bond pairs between the nitrogen base pairs, we can say, will break. All the hydrogen bonds are getting broken. And now you see both the strands are getting separated. Now, have you seen this picture, what I'm showing over here? Are you observing it, friends? Are you able to see? My laser you are observing there. Now you see this DNA, you heated at 94 degrees Celsius and the hydrogen bonds are broken and both the strands are getting separated. And this separation of the strand by heating, the separation of the DNA strand by heating at 94 degrees Celsius for about 1 minute is known as denaturation. So this is what is called denaturation. So step number 1 is clear to you. Please write down the chat box, friends. What do you understand? You please write that also. What do you understand by denaturation? Denaturation. Eating the DNA. Denaturation. Naturally बोलेगा तो natural position बोलेगा तो double stranded DNA helically twisted so and so. Denaturation करेगा बोलेगा तो double stranded direction से helical condition से straight कर दिया. DNA strands got straight now. Both the strands got separated. How it got separated? By breaking the. How the DNA strands got separated? By breaking the hydrogen bonds between the nitrogen base pairs. Okay. So I hope that you understood the denaturation. Temperature याद रखना. And how much time? 1 minute. Around 1 minute. So इतना points याद रखना. Heat करता है और 94 डिग्री सेल्सियस यूज कर रहे हैं और around 1 minute. Result क्या है? Double stranded DNA is getting straight and both the strands are getting separated. So this is what is called denaturation. Now, once the denaturation is over, now comes to the second position. What is second position? Look at them. Second position is called annealing. Second is called annealing. I'm extremely sorry here. Now the picture what is there, that it is hidden by this, what I can say, bubble. So you cannot see that. I'll do one thing to tell you that what it is. I will go back. That is better. Okay. So anyway, what it is, I will tell you first. The point over here is that second point is that annealing. Annealing means, out of the 4 requirements, one is that second, the primer, synthetic oligonucleotides. Now, both the strands are getting separated, and these strands cannot come together now. Now, both the strands have to synthesize new strand. How this old strand will synthesize new strand? By picking up the nucleotides from the medium, because it is happening there in the lab. It is an in vitro process. It is taking place there in the machine. So in the machine, nucleotides also we are providing, and by picking up the nucleotides, what will happen? The new strand will synthesize. But for synthesizing, a base segment is required. That base segment is called primer. The base segment is called a primer, and primer is always single-stranded. The primer is always a single-stranded DNA segment. And this primer will come and sit on each DNA strand. The primer will come and sit on each DNA strand. That is the second point. That is what is called annealing. Now I will remove it and I will come to the previous picture. I will go back. Now you just look at there. I'm going back. Now you see the picture over here. Now you see this is the old strand. This is also an old strand. In both the strands at opposite directions. That means now you see this is 5' to 3' end strand, and this is also a strand, another strand that is running in 3' to 5'. ये दोनों strand में 5' to 3' end primer place करेंगे. That is why it is called forward and reverse. ये देखिए ये strand में इधर एक 5' to 3' direction में छोटा सा एक primer लगा दिया. This is the base. Are you getting me, friends? This is the base. Okay. Now similarly on the other strand also you look at there 5' to 3' direction में एक primer लगा दिया. So one primer is placed over there. So this primer, this is a primer, this also is a primer, and both the primers we can say there is a base for the new DNA strand. And this is artificially synthesized one. And these two strands are coming and sitting on place and becoming a pair, and they are getting paired over here. अभी ये pair हो जाता है, and this process is called annealing. So this process we can say annealing, and this process is taking place when you bring down the temperature. Now you see in the previous one, denaturation you have executed at 94 degrees Celsius. If the same temperature you are maintaining, the second process, that is annealing, will not take place. So for annealing purpose, for executing the step number 2, what you have to do there, you have to bring down the temperature from 94 to 54. Okay, 94 degree to 54 degree, you have to bring down the temperature. So during that time, what will happen? The primer will come and pair with the corresponding area. And this pairing of primer is called as annealing. Is it clear to you, friends? Is it clear? Okay. Now, how much time the annealing process will take place? How much time the annealing process will take? 45 seconds. Denaturation, 1 minute. So now first step and second step, both the steps are getting completed hardly near to 2 minutes. Okay. Now we go to third step. Now the primer is placed over there, right? Look at here, the primer is placed over here. Here also primer is there. And now both the strands are continuing the synthesis of DNA. How they will synthesize the DNA? The nucleotides which are there in the medium, they will come and pair. So these are the nucleotides available there in there in the medium. And these nucleotides, one after the other, will come and place. Now you see the nucleotides there. The nucleotides are coming and then it is coming and pairing with the nitrogen base pairs there. And this process is going on. So A direction mein it will go on till it comes to the end. Here also it will go on till it comes to the end. And this is the third step. That means the growth, we can say. The growth of the new strand. The extension of the new strand. The extension of the new strand. And this process we call extension. So step number 3 is known as extension. So what is step number 3? Extension. Now you see, step number 2 is annealing. That means placing of primer or beginning of the new strand synthesis. But that is normally takes place at 54 degrees Celsius. But once the primer is placed, immediately you have to increase the temperature. And that temperature, you just look at over there, that is around 72 degrees Celsius. So the step number 3 is executed at around 72 degrees Celsius. अब देखिए step number 1 देखिए 94 degree, step number 2 के लिए 54 degree और step number 3 के लिए 72 degree. So in 72 degree, you can see that the nucleotides which are available there in the medium, that will be coming and getting joined with the primer one after the other till the end of the strands. Look at here the points. Okay. You see, this is called the extension, or it is also known as polymerization, because these nucleotides are getting arranged over there, getting placed over there. Deoxyribonucleotide or deoxyribonucleotide. Okay, so you can see that these nucleotides are getting arranged one after the other. Okay, so the enzyme which is helping for this process, for the extension, is called a Taq polymerase enzyme. Okay, the Taq polymerase enzyme is called as known as the enzyme, that is the thermostable enzyme, and this enzyme executing this work of extension of DNA strand which is synthesized new, and this is going on till the end. So these are the 3 steps you have to remember. I repeat, step number 1, denaturation, it takes around 1 minute, and 94 degrees Celsius you have to heat it. And second point is that step number 2, that is annealing, that is pairing of the primer with the older strand, and it takes place at 54 degrees Celsius, and completed the process there in 45 seconds. And step number 3 is called the polymerization or extension, and it is taking place at 72 degrees Celsius, and it will be completed there in 2 minutes. Now, can you tell me how much time it takes to complete 3 steps? You please use the chat box. How much time it is taking to complete 3 steps? Hardly 4 minutes. That means in 4 minutes time, in around 4 minutes time, 3 steps completed means one DNA strand is divided and you get two strands. And this entire process, one completion of all the three steps and getting two DNA from one DNA is known as a cycle. It is known as a cycle. So in 4 minutes time, you can see that one cycle will be completed. Okay, are you getting me that point? In 4 minutes time, one cycle will be completed means one DNA will become two DNAs. Okay, like that. Look at over here. In polymerase chain reaction, I told you that 30 to 35. Yeah, that depends. 30 to 35. Yeah, 30 to 40 cycles they complete. That is why you get lakhs of DNA in a short period of time. Now look at the next slide. Now when you look at the next slide, you can see here. Now you see one DNA over here. Now you see this is one DNA. This one DNA undergone all the three steps. That is cycle number 1. One DNA that is gone through all the three steps. How much time? 3 to 5 minutes time. In 3 to 5 minutes time, one cycle is completed. And how many copies of DNA you get? You get 2 copies of DNA. Now you see 2 DNA you are getting. So when you complete one cycle, whatever is the number over here, exactly you get double. Yeah, 1 is there, then you get 2. Are you getting my friends? So what are those 3 cycles? I mean, sorry, 3 steps. Please write them in the chat box. What are those steps? What are those 3 steps? Denaturation, very good. Second one, annealing. And third one is that extension, or it is also known as polymerization. Okay. So all these 3 steps are completed in how much time? We simply write over here 3 to 5 minutes. So in 3 to 5 minutes time, one cycle will be completed. In one cycle, you get exactly double number of chromosomes of the previous one. So similarly, first cycle is over, you get 2 copies. Then comes second cycle, 2 raised to 2, 4 copies. Then comes third cycle, you get 2 raised to 3, 8 copies. Then comes the fourth one, fifth one. Now you see the cycle over here. First cycle, second cycle, third cycle, fourth cycle. When you come to the fourth cycle, now you see how many copies of DNA you have. From one DNA you started, how much time you just count there. For one cycle, 3 to 5. You take 5 minutes, but still, second cycle, 10 minutes, you get how many copies? Then 15 minutes, how many copies you get? 20 minutes, how many you are getting? So like that, the number is increasing. And this cycle, how much cycle? Maybe there in the one polymer chain reaction approximate. What number I told you? The approximate number of cycles I told you. You please write the time. Yeah, 30 to 35 cycles will be completed. You just look at that. If 35 cycles are there, 2 raised to 35, yeah, 36. 2 raised to 35, yeah, 36. That is an exponential multiplication, we say. Exponential multiplication, 2 raised to 35, yeah, 36, or whatever is the number. Now you see how many copies of DNA you are getting. So 35 cycle means you just multiply how much time? 35 into 5. How many hours? 35 into 5. You just see there. Okay. So within that much time, you will be able to produce how many copies of DNA? Look at here. If it is 36 cycle, you get 68 billion copies of the DNA. 36 into 5. Just multiply. Okay. How much time? If we are considering one cycle is equal to 5 minutes, then 36 into 5, we can say then 180 minutes. 180 minutes. 180 minutes means how many hours? How many hours? 180 minutes. How many hours? 3 hours. So in 3 hours time, you can get 68 billion copies of DNA by using this technology or this methodology. That is what we call it as gene amplification, because here the principle behind is exponential amplification. I hope that you understood these steps and polymer chain reaction. You understood? Yes. Okay, come on, tell me the points. We'll repeat once again. And what are the requirements? What are the requirements for polymer chain reaction? DNA segment is required. Then requirements. DNA segments. Number 2. Number 2. Yeah, primary is required. Very good. Then number 3. Number 3. Yeah, 4 types of nucleotides. Number 4. Number 4. The Taq polymerase enzyme. Number 4, Taq polymerase enzyme. Requirement is over. Now the steps. Okay, step number 1. Step number 1, denaturation. What is the temperature over here? (94°C). How much time? One minute. What is the meaning of denaturation? Meaning of denaturation? Yeah, heating of DNA to break the bond. And what is the result? What is the result? Yeah, both the strands got separated. Now, what is the second step? Annealing. So, what is annealing? What is annealing? Yeah, applying the primer. Yeah, pairing of primer with the DNA of what you can say, free DNA. Okay, pairing. How much time? Good. 45 seconds. And the temperature? Temperature 54 degree. And what is the result of annealing? Result of annealing, end of annealing. Actually, that point I didn't mention. I will tell you now if you are not able to give me an answer. It's very simple. Okay, so the result is that a new synthesis of new strand begin. Once the primer is placed over there, then further process starts. That means construction started. Construction started. That is the word we can use. Okay, what is the third step? Extension. Yeah, it will take how much time? 2 minutes will take. So which enzyme we are using? Name of the enzyme. Taq polymerase enzyme. The examination point of view, MCQ type question is very simple. Very important. You have to remember that enzyme, Taq polymerase enzyme. What is the temperature maintained here? Yeah, 72°C. And finally, one cycle will be completed. So how much time it may take for completing one cycle then? Approximate around 3 to 5 minutes it will take. You just refer your textbook also, which is the timing given over there. Okay, so 3 to 5 minutes it will take to complete one cycle. And similarly, how many cycles will be there in one polymer chain reaction? 32. That depends. In textbooks also you can see the number may vary. Even if you go to internet, you can see the number may vary. If you go to pictures of, images from the Google, you can see the picture. The number may vary. So maybe 30, 35, 30, 40, 36, yeah, 28. That depends. Okay. Anyway, a range you have to mention there, or if you what is the number given in the textbook that you have to follow, that it will be better there. Okay. And finally, I want to tell you that we need a device to execute this program. And then the name of the device is that is what is shown over here, PCR machine. So to complete or to execute the polymer chain reaction or gene amplification, one machine is there. Normally this machine is called as Eppendorf machine. It is called Eppendorf machine. Even here it is written here. आपका textbook में beginning में दिया हुआ है. So it is called a Eppendorf machine, or simply we can say PCR machine, a polymer chain reaction machine. Okay, so this is the machine. You just see that is a very small machine, even like your Xerox center machine, not so big. Xerox center machine, if you go and go to any Xerox center and see, the machine is so big, but this is making billions of copies in a short period of time. Very faster than that of the Xerox machine, but still this machine is very, very small. Okay, so this is called as the polymer chain reaction machine, or it's also called as Eppendorf machine. And in this machine, we are synthesizing, multiplying the DNA. Okay, now I come to a part. I think this part is not there in your textbook, but still you should know. What is that? What are the uses of polymer chain reaction? You see, I'm frankly telling you one thing. I used to tell you every now and then that in your textbook, no need to transfer blood into it. You have to extract the DNA and then it is transferred to it. Okay. And if you want to get more information how it works, because I have not seen the working of working mechanism I didn't see in this machine. You can go to net, because everything is there in your fingertip now. You can go to the net and you can see how it works. Because the topic related part only I concentrate nowadays, because if I go very deep into it now, many of you, not I'm not talking about you, many of you won't like it. So that is why I'm taking minimum only extra. So what I was telling that, you see in your textbook, I'm frankly telling, the contents which are given, that is very, very less. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying, then, the content in your textbook is very, very less. So even they are not given the proper explanation to you, because that is what I understood from the topic. That is why I'm finding it very difficult to prepare the slides now. Because if I'm taking from the textbook, उसमें beginning भी नहीं है, end भी नहीं है, और beginning और end है तो content भी नहीं है. So this is the condition. So I always advise you, always advise you to read. If it is possible, you take a CBSE textbook and read that, or from the net itself you can get many informations. You just go to the images, you just type over them, the picture will come. On the picture you click, it will take you to their site. There you can get all the information related to that particular slide, that particular picture. So that way you can get more information. I always advise, what I can say, I want to advise you to go and learn the things like that, rather than depending on mere textbook. Because in the textbook, nothing is there. According to me, even a low level standard knowledge is given in the textbook. Even in PCR also, I have noted that. It says, Abhi, आपका क्लास में अभी आपका जो टेक्स्ट बुक में जो इंफॉर्मेशन है उससे ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन प्रीवियस टेक्स्ट बुक में था। इसका मतलब कंटेंट कम कर रहे, हेडिंग डाल रहे, कंटेंट कम कर रहे, तो आपको नुकसान हो रहे। सो यू read little bit more. So why I told you, because the uses of PCR is not there in your textbook. Under the specific heading, it is not given. Okay. So I'm going to say the uses of PCR. What are the uses of PCR? Now look at the uses of PCR one after the other. All the points are there on your screen now. You will get these slides today 10 o'clock in your classroom. Okay. So no need to take any tension or no need to be worried about these uses, or no need to take the screenshot and all. You will get this PowerPoint presentation today 10 o'clock in your classroom. Is now when you are going to classroom after this class, this will be available there. Okay. So what are the uses of PCR? Now look at the number one after the other. All the things are there. No need to explain. I think one, DNA cloning. DNA cloning, you know, multiplication only. Okay, making exact copies, gene DNA cloning, gene amplification. Now what we are talking about, that is gene amplification only. DNA based phylogeny. DNA based phylogeny, you know, that is related with evolution. Already you might have studied about evolution. Nanda madam might have taught you about evolution. You know a little bit about evolution, but that is not there in detail. Phylogeny means, now you see how we originated. That means discussion about our origin. Discussion about our origin and development. And if it is considered with the DNA based study, then it is called DNA based phylogeny. Okay. हाँ, टेक्स्ट बुक का कंटेंट के बारे में मैंने बोला ना, टेक्स्ट बुक का कंटेंट आप देख के बैठेगा तो your knowledge will be what you can say minimum. According you are in a 12th standard class now. Normal way, what happens? You don't know how the system they are doing it. Normal way, we are learning in such a way that when I learn the things there in 10th standard, you are learning there in 2nd standard. Got the point what I said? What I learned when I was there in 10th standard, the next generation when comes, they are learning the same things which I learned there in 10th standard when I was in 10th standard. You are learning at 2nd standard, 3rd standard, 4th standard, like that. What I learned there in MSc, Master of Science, that you are learning right now. What I did there in Master of Education, that you are doing right now. Master of Studies, I mean Master of Science, that you are doing right now. What you learned there in 12th standard last year, this year's 10th standard students are learning because syllabus has changed. So when the syllabus is changing, the syllabus is becoming very complex. Last year the PCR was there. So based on that I'm talking now. But when you come to 12th standard PCR, it will be more deeper into it. But instead of that, what they did, they cut the content. They reduced the content. Many of the things are not there in the textbook. So I cannot say your textbook is a flop. Yeah, your textbook is a flop, but content is less. Because आगे पीछे सोच के लोग कुछ काम नहीं करते, इसलिए फ्रॉड होता है। आप देख लीजिए महाराष्ट्र में, ऑल इंडिया में उधर इधर सिलेबस कम किया है। आप केरला का सिलेबस देखिए, केरला में कल ऑर्डर आया है, नो कंटेंट विल बी रिड्यूस्ड, no content will be reduced because government said, the educational committee said, the curriculum committee said, if the content is cut, reduce it, students को continuation उनका studies में मिलेगा नहीं. So we are not going to reduce the content, but we will reduce their examination burden. जो पढ़ाना है, you have to take the class for them, you have to teach them through online and so on, so on, and so. But at the time of examination, we'll take care of it. This is what they said. But here, एक केस में कोरोना किधर भी सुना, तभी इधर का मिनिस्टर ने क्या किया, 10वीं का एग्जाम कैंसिल कर दिया, 11वीं का एग्जाम कैंसिल कर दिया, इधर भी कुछ सुना. और इधर क्या होता है, कब तक चले जाता है समझ में नहीं आया, उसके पहले 25% पोर्शन खत्म किया। अभी देखो अभी 6 महीने चले जाते हैं, एक साल में 12 महीना है, एक साल में 100% पोर्शन है, उसमें 6 महीने तो कितना पोर्शन खत्म करना है। अभी 25% कट किया, सुना नहीं, दे आर नॉट थिंकिंग, दैट इज व्हाई दिस प्रॉब्लम इज कमिंग। Okay, so anyway, let us go ahead. So the third point is that DNA based phylogeny. Number 4, functional analysis of gene. That means how the genes are functioning, what are the functions of the genes, and so on. So analysis we can do by polymerase chain reaction. Then Pancho point, we are able to find out, diagnose the hereditary disease. So many hereditary diseases are there today. So many are there, hereditary disorders. Okay, even hemophilia you take, and so on. So this is, you are going to going to that portion there in gene therapy. So many hereditary diseases, and all these diseases we can diagnose by using this polymer chain reaction. Then next, DNA fingerprint. DNA fingerprinting also, it is having important role. Then finally, diagnosis of infectious diseases and cancer. So all these are the various uses of polymer chain reaction. Okay, so let us go to the next slide. So by this, the uses of polymer chain reaction and the steps we are completing. Okay, now you see the polymer chain reaction steps that we have completed. The devices, the instrumental devices, that also we have completed. Okay, now in front of us, the next topic is that biological tools. Biological tools, that is the topic in front of us. And in biotechnology, there are 3 important tools. One is enzymes, second is vectors, and third target DNA. अब ये टूल्स हम लोग थोड़ा टाइम के बाद बात करेंगे, उसके पहले हम एक पोल में जाएंगे और उसके बाद वापस आके मैं आपको बोलूंगा हम क्या करेंगे करके. Okay, so we'll go for a poll. Get ready for that. One poll I'm giving to you right now. One poll number okay, this we have done. Number 17. Yeah. ये नहीं है. Poll number 22. Now see this poll. Please note that this is a multiple choice question. More than one answer you can mark. It's a multiple choice question. One student has to give more than one answer. Okay, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time over. Now you see only 22 students gave me the answer. Only 22 students have written the answer. You please see the answer over there. Now you can see their answer if you observe from the order I say. Out of 22, 10 students said Watson. Then 9 students saying Carl Erke. And then, 8 number saying Stanley Cole. And 3 people are saying J.E. Smith. 3 people are saying Crick. And 7 people are saying Herbert Boyer. Is the correct answer, friends? Yeah, 2 and 6. 2 and 6, that is the answer I'm getting. Okay, different answers are there, but minimum you have to give 2 answers. Okay, so answer 2 and 6, that is the correct answer. Stanley Cohen and Cohen and Herbert Boyer, these are the 2 scientists. They did rDNA technology. They developed this technology. Okay, but other people also have given some contribution somewhere. Some people have, all the scientists' name is given over here. They have done some contribution somewhere. That is why their name is coming over here. What is the contribution of Karl Erke? The contribution of Karl Erke? He introduced the term biotechnology. Good. Karl Erke, he is the man who first used the technical term biotechnology. Now, Stanley and Cohen, he is the man who is there with the Herbert Boyer for establishing and developing this recombinant DNA technology. Then what is the contribution of J.E. Smith? Contribution of J.E. Smith? J.E. Smith introduced it, yeah, but you are right. Somebody written that introduced the term biotechnology, defined biotechnology. No, he is the man who gave a definition for biotechnology. In one slide, I know I gave that definition also. In your textbook, in a box, the definition is given. J.E. Smith. Okay. Then Watson, you already know. What is the contribution of Watson and Crick? Watson and Crick, both of them together. Watson and Crick. What is their contribution? Yeah, DNA structure. Okay. So now you see all the scientists' name you have to remember and what they have done. What is their contribution? That also you have to remember. And in between, I want to give one answer to a question which I got. The question is that मेरा वो जो वीडियो के बारे में है वो थोड़ा ऊपर गया. ओके, अभी फाइंड आउट करना थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा. कुछ नहीं है, वो हैंग हो रहे करके. That may be because of your connectivity issue. Because whatever pictures I have uploaded there in YouTube, up to 31st July, whatever lectures I have taken, those videos I have already uploaded, and that is available to you all. But at the same time, some 3-4 other videos from 1st August onwards, whatever there, some videos are already edited and uploaded there. But that is not given to you now. The link I didn't send so far. So that I will do shortly. But if any problem is there, that is because of the connectivity issue you have, or that because of the connection problem or connectivity problem or the data problem at your end. Because from the YouTube straightway you are getting. Now the problem is that all over the world, you know that people are using the internet on large scale. So because of that reason, this problem is coming. Okay. Now I'm going to wind up here. So tomorrow we will start with the biological tools. One poll we have done. I think that is enough today. And this I'm stopping now. Tomorrow morning we will meet with the biological tools. From this topic we will start. We will go ahead. So please note, I'm taking little bit daily. I'm not in a hurry to finish the portion. My intention is not at all to finish the portion. My intention is that whatever we are discussing here, that you should understood it clearly. Okay, that is my intention. So today we have just completed polymer chain reaction. That is very important examination point of view. Last year, I think so. They just asked the diagram for 2 marks or 3 marks. That diagram, the diagram which I showed, that only diagram. They did not ask anything else to explain. They just asked draw a neat label diagram of polymer chain reaction, which is given in the textbook. So that way also the diagram also will come like that, only diagram. The explanation part may come for 3 marks or 5 marks like that. So you should be well prepared for polymer chain reaction, या PCR. The whole thing from definition till the uses. Even though the use is not mentioned specifically there in your textbook, you should mention the uses there in when you are writing the notes or when you are writing the examination. Okay. So आज के लिए इतना है. So कल हम मिलेंगे with the biological tool. I'm going to stop the share now. Okay. Now I hope that you are comfortable with me